Alright, also, do you smoke weed?
Definitely, yeah.
And how long have you smoked weed for?
Since I was 15, so that's like 32 years, I guess.
So 32 years. What made you start smoking weed? How did you get introduced to it?
I must admit, it was kind of peer pressure.
Yeah.
The first time I was introduced to a spliff, someone showed me a spliff, it looked like a Tampax, so I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And about a year later, I moved. I moved from Pottersbar to Royston in Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
One of the
that
options to the
Broxton way, I
other.
know that, yeah. That Broxton.
Further up than
Yeah.
Broxton, way further up, but on the A10, yeah, something A10.
Yeah.
But like, it was just a couple of guys were saying, yeah, we're smoking ganja. So I went to my big brother and said to him, give me a spliff, innit? So I think he give me a blowback, give me a spliff, and I went to school, innit? And that was me hooked up to that.
Yeah.
We used to sit in the back of the car at night, like, I wouldn't even do my homework.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, my homework's done, I'm off out
So
after eating, burning it down.
see, that's kind of interesting, that, yeah, because see that, right?
Yeah.
Personally, when I was in school, you have groups. You got your boffins, and then you got your kids that we muck about, banter, and we take the piss out of the kids that are trying to learn.
Yeah.
Which and we was all bunning, and them kids don't.
Yeah.
Do you think, yeah, if we spent more time learning in school, even though like it's just because people might think this, and this is nothing. None of these are my personal opinions. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
Do you think if when we was young and we weren't taking a piss, or we weren't in that crowd and we was in like the boffin crowd, like the kids that are learning and getting their nut down, maybe we would have a different outlook and opinions on life?
There's a lot of facts in there because
Because you get why I bring it up, because you get a lot of people that say, oh, like these people that smoke weed, or these urban people, or people are like,
nothing would ever get done if
and they say the reason we have these point of views like about the government being corrupt and trying to control people is because we smoke weed and we're not educated. See, like I don't buy into that, but
No.
I mean, it's an opinion people think. What would you think on that? If someone was to say, oh, you just think like this because
see, some things are mystical and some things are scientific. So when you apply the scientific to the mystical, it don't work. You get me?
Yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to weed now. All right. So weed
is a mystical thing. You get me?
So there's a lot of talk that goes on cannabis, and there's a lot of people say it's good for you, it heals you, and then you get your other side saying, nah, it's no good for you, it's bad for you. And then you get dots. I don't know. There's been reports. You see it on the internet.
I've got a diagnosis. I've got a mental health diagnosis.
Yeah.
So they're always getting on my back about I don't want to take the medication. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'll put hand down to that. I don't want that belly really. I'm supposed to be slim. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's that? Because all the medication they're trying to pump you
I
on.
get a depot, monthly depot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the psychiatrist and even my GP is always going on to me about stop smoking weed, don't smoke, scout, all this rubbish. You get me? I just like quench and take it.
See, do you find,
Yeah.
if you smoke weed, with weed helps you get through the life, yeah? So maybe it's not an enjoyment thing, it's a feeling thing. So it's a feeling that we enjoy when you smoke a split. But and then it goes back to the question, why are we chasing this feeling? Or why would we have that feeling inside? So
That's a deep question.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you get people that if people was content and happy, they wouldn't need to go get pissed, go sniff any Charlie, smoke any weed, take any drugs. But the culture now, all kids are on pills, going out. Every little youth buns in the end. Like most kids I know are bunning. I was bunning from drugs. Like you say, you was bunning from young. I grew up in Queen's Crescent. You grew up in Potter's Bar. Different areas, same thing though, yeah, because it's a culture that's spreading, and I kind of try and put my finger on it, right? Why is this happening? Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking why are people going down these routes? And is there underlying issues that more psychological issues why people are doing this, and they're not aware of it. They just think, oh, I'm smoking weed with the man, then we just smoke. And they don't.
See what you mean.
Did you get me? It's a bit of a deep question, one you have to think into, right? But what do you think on that?
Well, I think the pressure and the stress of life is on the rise since 9/11, really, and people are becoming more aware. That's mainly the oldest, really. It's just a
goes for
part, with
everyone,
the
bro.
weed,
Everyone-
the weed is just part of life, and it's just part of life. The government makes that as some sort of annex that is illegal and illicit, but it's just part of life. And I guess the same for all the other drugs. They have an indigenous.
So, right.
They all have an indigenous background. You get me?
Do you think there's any negative sides to smoking weed?
Honestly, no.
None at all.
Honestly, no. I've heard these.
What about the price of
studies.
it?
I've heard the studies with stories people going mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't happen to me, so.
Yeah. But in saying that, I smoked from young,
Yeah.
and there has been a couple of man in the ends that smoked and then went a bit doolally. So I have
Those will
seen
taking that as well. You get me?
maybe,
And they don't go
maybe.
together. Eventually,
Yeah.
they don't go together. There's only a few
Yeah,
people that
definitely
can do
not. And you
both.
find a lot of people that do that one smoke to bring help up and keep the levels from going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. What was your first? Can you remember the first weed you smoked? The name
It
of
was
it?
ash.
It's hash.
I don't know what ash it was, but it was ash. But
Hash.
them
That's what
times
everyone
we all
smoked back in
smoking.
the hash, innit?
Yeah.
These kids that you say hash to these kids now, they're like, fam, what's the hash like? It's madness. It's madness. But that's what we started on, innit?
yeah,
Trust me, I'm like 33 now, so
yeah.
that's what we started on, man. You get like a little quarters or tenors and shit, man.
Yeah.
Alright, bro, it's been a blessing to chat to you, yeah? God
Alright.
bless you. Do you want any message to the people, any like knowledge you want to give them or advice that you'll give
Love
them?
your mother, love your sister.
Yeah, that's it.
Cherish
bro.
your brother, give thanks.
Yeah, love for that, bro. Bless,
Peace,
yeah.
man.
Keep it real, yeah,
Oh,
fam.
man, yeah,
In a bit, my bro. God bless, yeah.